Everyone knows I'm Vincent's personal fan. But he's only got eyes for his first love. After getting dumped for the 8th time, Vincent confessed to me at his birthday bash. I laughed and said I'm married. And guess what? The groom is his sworn enemy. Vincent and Selena got back together. My bestie looked at me with pitiful eyes. Selena is Vincent's first love. And they've been on and off for years. Everyone knows I'm just a fan of Vincent. He said he wants to be besties forever. Not to ruin the friendship. I got a text, glanced at my phone. And saw it was a group message from Vincent. I'm treating you all tonight so we can celebrate that I'm no longer single. There were teasing comments. And well wishes from friends. I skimmed through and closed the chat. Time to let go. I guess nobody likes waiting forever. I noticed a missed call from Vincent. Threw my phone in my bag. And headed to a solo hot pot spot by myself. After settling down, I went to the restroom. When I returned, there was a guy sitting at my spot. I tapped his shoulder gently. Hey, did you sit at the wrong table? As he turned around, a familiar feeling washed over me. I recognized him. Tom. Selena's ex. Rumor has it she got back with Vincent because Tom dumped her. Oh boy, what a tangled web. Tom raised the sign in his hand. Table 07. I glanced at the empty seat behind Tom. Feeling awkward beyond belief. Oops, my bad, I mumbled, blushing as I moved to table 08. Luckily Tom didn't recognize me. I'd only seen him once. That time. Vincent got drunk and we went looking for Selena. Tom was dropping her off and Vincent said he was Selena's boyfriend. Then I was curious about the guys. Selena couldn't get over and took a good look. Just one glance. And that handsome face got stuck in my mind. My peaceful me time suddenly felt uncomfortable. With someone kind of familiar nearby. I quickly finished my dinner. And stepped out to find it pouring rain. As I was deciding whether to make a run for it, a shadow appeared overhead. I turned and saw Tom standing behind me with a black umbrella. Cool and composed. No wonder Selena was into him for so long. I'll walk you to the subway, he offered. I wanted to say no but somehow nodded instead. It was only a couple 100 meters or so to the subway. Not too far. But the rain was heavy, making us walk slower. Suddenly Tom yanked me and I stumbled into his arms. Water splashed high behind me from a speeding car. Hitting a puddle. Tom probably saved my outfit from getting ruined today. Just as I was about to thank him, I looked up and saw Vincent and Selena not far away. Staring. What a coincidence. Wanting to make a quick escape, I moved towards the subway. Selena and Vincent, however, walked right up to us. Talk about awkward. Selena smiled. What a surprise. How did you two end up together? Don't know each other. Tom and I said at the same time. Vincent frowned. Dawn to know each other but sharing an umbrella. I explained briefly. Tom stayed quiet, seemingly agreeing with my story. Selena affectionately grabbed my arm. The umbrella was already small. 3 people made it feel crowded. Instinctively I tried to pull away. But she tightened her grip. She said, Lillian, we're having a party at Jaeger's. Why didn't you come? Now that we've run into each other, you should join us. Selena's friendly nature always wins people over. People say she's outgoing, gracious. But I just never warmed up to her. Even after knowing her for years. Maybe it's jealousy. Even while talking to me. Her eyes stayed glued to Tom beside me. Not sure if he was just avoiding the rain or something else. Tom stepped back a bit. The awkwardness between us was now palpable. Vincent glared and said, Lillian, is your phone dead? I called you several times and you didn't pick up. Come on, everyone's waiting. He always talked to me like that. Normally it would make me mad, but not today. It felt different. After Vincent finished, Selena invited Tom to join too. Her longing gaze for him was obvious. As if Vincent's stormy look didn't bother her at all. Yes, the favorite always act with confidence. Selena's the only one who can be so carefree. With Vincent around. Rushing for work. Tom said coolly. Handing me the umbrella and walking away. His cold fingers brushed my palm. Leaving a tingling sensation. Selena looked disappointed. I waved to them. I gotta hurry back to work too. Then I left following Tom. Why let him get wet under his own umbrella? Meeting Tom again was a week later. The client manager ended up in the hospital with something serious. And my director dragged me to entertain in their place. Lillian, this is Tom from Farwell Corp. He's so young yet he is a department manager. You should learn from him. I'd heard Tom was excellent. but didn't expect his position to be so high. I greeted politely. He didn't mention knowing me, so I didn't bring it up either. There's no avoiding drinking at these business dinners. Despite my director's attempts to protect me, I ended up drinking a few glasses. After the dinner, my head starting to feel dizzy. After dragging the drunken director to his hotel, I stood alone at the entrance, trying to flag down a cab. It didn't take long before a black Audi pulled up in front of me. The rear window rolled down, revealing Tom's handsome face. "Hop and I'll give you a ride." I wanted to say no, but my head was spinning too much. I said thanks, opened the door and got in. The vibe inside the car was a little weird. I was scrolling through my messages until I came across a love post from Vincent. He declared that the only person he ever loved, loves and will love to death is Selena. He seemed pretty pleased with himself. Tom's cool voice slowly broke the silence. "Where to?" Staring at that message, I blurted out 2 words. "Your place." The next morning, I woke up in an unfamiliar king-sized bed. Tom actually did what I wanted and brought me to his place. The reason was simple. After I said those 2 words, I passed out drunk. Tom didn't know where I lived, so he had no choice but to bring me here. I slept in the guest room and nothing happened. When the doorbell rang, I instinctively got up to answer it. Selena was standing outside staring hard at me, her face pale. Following her gaze, I realized I was wearing men's pajamas. She misunderstood, didn't she? Before I could explain, a deep magnetic voice came from behind me. "Lillian, is that my delivery? Bring it in and put it on the table." Seeing Selena's eyes turn red, I awkwardly forced a smile. "Well, this saves me from explaining. It's not like I can wash this off." Shortly after Selena left, the delivery guy showed up. I took the food to the dining table and saw Tom coming out of the bathroom. He was in casual clothes, hair dripping, looking laid back. I said Selena was here, probably misunderstood. Honestly, I didn't quite get Selena. As a fellow girl, I could tell she liked Tom. I'd seen those eyes in my mirror countless times. But knowing what she wanted, why did she keep getting tangled up with Vincent? Or did she only care about being the one who's loved? I tilted my head, peeking at Tom's reaction. He didn't even flinch when I mentioned Selena. "I got porridge for you, drink it while it's hot." I paused for a sec, then thanked him. Opening the box, the warm porridge caught me by surprise. Sweet, sticky porridge with a distinct soy milk aroma. Whether it was a coincidence or fate, Tom ordered the only kind of porridge I could stomach. With the porridge devoured, my hungry stomach was finally at ease. I tidied up and got ready to say to Tom and leave his apartment. Halfway there, he stopped me. "Do you know design?" I nodded slightly. "Great, can you help me fix this picture?" I was all set to leave, but stayed, because Tom took me in and even bought me porridge. I helped him fix the picture for free. Just finished and about to tell him, I saw he was on the phone. Even mentioned my name. I quietly shut my mouth, guessing it had something to do with Selena. When he hung up, Tom naturally walked over to me. He checked the picture I'd worked on and seemed pretty pleased. "Thanks, I'll treat you to a meal next time." I mentioned going home and Tom drove me there. As soon as I got home, my phone rang. It was Vincent calling. I picked up and Vincent's angry voice hit my ear. "Lillian, are you with Tom?" I rarely saw him this mad. He didn't even lose it when Selena was with Tom. What's up with him? Despite my denial, Vincent's words left me floored. "Then why were you at his place? Wearing his pajamas?" "Lillian, I didn't think you'd be this shameless." "Shameless? We'd known each other for years." Did he really say that? My heart twisted like it was stabbed. The only person who knew I stayed at Tom's and wore his pajamas was Selena. Right after Tom mentioned my name on the call, Vincent rang me up. I'm done guessing the connection. "Vincent, what you do with Selena is your business. I'm single." "Tom single? Even if we were together, what's it to you?" There was silence on the other end for a few seconds. Then Vincent erupted. "Lillian, don't regret this later." And with that, he hung up. Weirdly faced with Vincent's anger, I felt nothing. Didn't even care. Time goes on and on. If some people aren't meant to be friends, maybe we shouldn't force it. No love, no expectations, no highs or lows. Vincent and Selena's love life was loud and clear, always posting new updates online. I hadn't seen anything from him lately though. While I was wondering, a call from my friend came in. "Lillian, Vincent's organizing a camp out tomorrow. Want to join?" I said, "Did he just tell everyone now?" No, he posted about it yesterday. Didn't you see? My heart skipped a beat. Maybe I was just busy and missed it. You guys go ahead, I gotta work this weekend. After hanging up, I opened Vincent's messages. Where there used to be bright posts. Now there was just a gray line. Vincent had blocked me. First time in 10 years. Vincent and I were high school buddies. Unlike my gloomy home life. Vincent was bright and sunny like his name. Back then I wasn't into Vincent like that. I just envy him for his cheerful personality. He sweats it out on the basketball court. Bright as the sunshine. Years of friendship gone in an instant. Never thought it'd end this way. The soft sound of a tear hitting the table pulls me back to reality. I casually close the message and toss my phone aside. Some things just fade away when it's time. I didn't expect Tom would reach out to me. What made him suddenly want to grab a meal? He said casually. For the graphic you helped me with the other day. Haven't decided on your fee. So let's say this meal is your payment. I glanced at the restaurant ambience. You're overpaying. My work isn't worth this much. He chuckled. You're quite the comedian. Unlike Vincent's sunny disposition, Tom's smile feels like a gentle breeze that cools the soul. You free this weekend? Tom's question made me look at him in confusion. He smiled and said. A colleague forced a couple of theater tickets on me. Want to join? While speaking, Tom pulled out the tickets and placed them on the table. Maybe worried I wouldn't enjoy it. He further explained. Heard it's a pretty funny show. Shouldn't be too dull, want to give it a go. Being around Tom is easy and relaxing. Even if we're not that close. Maybe that's why Selena liked him for so long. Looking up again, a smile crossed my face. Sure thing. Over the weekend Tom drove to pick me up. Once I got in the car, Selena texted. Lillian, we're going camping. Want to come along? She sent a picture too. In it everyone had big smiles looking ready to go. I smirked. Wasn't planning on replying. But seeing Tom beside me made me change my mind. I held the ticket. Snapped a pic in Tom's direction and sent it off. Tom glanced my way. His look made me feel like I'd been caught. So I grinned awkwardly. First time at a play, thought I'd post about it. Want me to delete it if it bothers you? Whatever floats your boat. With that, Tom focused on driving. I silently breathed a sigh of relief. Out with friends to see a play. Have fun, guys. I sent the text. Only to see a red exclamation point in the chat box. Selena deleted me. After the play, Vincent called. Lillian, being with Tom, is it worth showing off? Why upset Selena? I froze, realizing Vincent's accusations. I chuckled. I'm happy. Vincent clearly lost his cool and snapped. You've changed. Don't expect us to be friends after this. I stared numbly ahead, listening to the dial tone. My decade-long friendship with Vincent ended for Selena. It's like I saw this coming. What's up? A soft voice pulled me back, meeting Tom's deep gaze. I smiled easily. Nothing. He's not one to pry. He didn't ask further. About to say I should head back, Tom suggested. Feeling a bit hungry, let's grab a bite. Sure. He treated me to a play. It's only fair I treat him to a meal. Thought he'd take me somewhere upscale. But it was a small roadside eatery. Seeing me looking around, Tom said. Not your style. No, just didn't peg you for a street food kinda guy. Judging by his style and home. I thought he was all about that chic life. Tom laughed, his eyes crinkled. Shedding some aloof demeanor for that down to earth vibe, as if the eatery had rubbed off on him. This place has been here 30 years. Food's always been good. Give it a try. I looked at the pile of leftovers in front of us. Shocked at how much I'd eaten. Tom looked at me smugly. Good, right? I nodded in agreement. Definitely worth the title, the taste is amazing. After eating, Tom drove me home. If not for my bestie's call, I'd have forgotten the dust up with Vincent. What's up with you and Vincent? He posted online about ending things. I gave the lowdown. She sighed. Don't take it to heart. You know how he gets about Selena. His temper's like that. Give it a few days, he'll regret it. Sad, not this time. Maybe it's really time some friendships come to an end. Vincent chose Selena, giving up our 10-year friendship. After that play, Tom and I didn't keep in touch for a while. I kept busy with design work to dull Vincent's impact. Brushing off any nosy questions from friends. Some things once broke and stay that way. No need to rehash. I didn't reach out to Tom and he didn't reach out to me. Like hitting reset, we went back to our corners. Boss, you can't be serious about sending me on a trip. The director suddenly called me in. I thought it was about an issue with a design. But no, it was this bombshell. I've worked here for years. And never got a call like this. The director gave me a helpless look. The client manager's hospitalized. Who else knows this project as you do? Special case, hope you understand. Left with little choice, I nodded. That manager drank himself into a hospital bed. Over the steel. Luckily, it's a short trip. Both companies sent people along. But imagine my surprise when Tom showed up. He politely greeted. I smiled, teasing. Tom, out on a business trip yourself? His assistant eyed me curiously at my casual tone. I quickly realized and put away my smile right away. Tom, on the other hand, responded generously. With Lillian, the big designer herself, going on a business trip. Our company definitely has to send someone important like me along. I was a bit surprised that someone who seemed so serious could have such a humorous side. The initially stiff atmosphere instantly became much more relaxed. I had a feeling this business trip would go a lot better than I imagined. The trip was to a nearby city, a small town that thrives on its tourism industry. As soon as I dropped my luggage at the hotel, Tom's assistant called to arrange dinner for tonight. I had work to do, so I declined his offer and opted for room service. By the time I looked up again, it was late at night, and my growling stomach reminded me it was time to eat. I was just about to head out for food when I pulled the door open and bumped right into Tom. His room was right across from mine. I greeted him first. Did you bring any midnight snacks? Tom raised the bag in his hand, packed some. Let's share. Tom seemed to consistently guess my taste in food. Although we haven't known each other for long, everything he arranged was always right up my alley. Looking at the now empty plates, I frowned and joked. If I keep eating with you, I'm afraid I'll become a little chubby. He looked me over seriously and, not chubby, a bit of meat is healthy. Meeting Vincent's gaze made my heart skip a beat, and I subconsciously looked away. Just as I lowered my head, I heard him say, "Got time tomorrow morning? I'll show you around." I looked at him. You familiar with this place? I lived here for a few years as a kid. That makes sense, as I've gotten through most of my work tonight. And since it's a tourist town, it would be nice to take a stroll. Sure. This quaint town exudes simple and leisurely charm everywhere. I followed Tom's lead as he skillfully wandered through the alleyways. Looks like you really know this place. My mom's from this town. I stayed here for a while with my grandma as a kid. Up ahead is her house. Want to come and see it? Since we were already there, it'd be impolite to refuse. So I bought some fruit at a nearby store and followed Tom to his grandma's house. Although over 70, she was very active and lived comfortably in town. She scanned me with a smile and said to Tom, "This girl looks blessed. I like her." Hearing that, my cheeks flushed red. Just about to explain, I heard Tom respond gently to his grandma. "Thank you. It's me who should be thanking you," she said, "for bringing this lovely girl to meet me and fulfilling a wish." After leaving his grandma's house, Tom told me that she was diagnosed with cancer last year and didn't have much time left. To make her happy, he'd play along with the charade. He sincerely apologized. I casually waved my hand and joked around. "It's no big deal. I could play the role of your granddaughter-in-law for a day if it makes her wishes come true. Would you want to?" Tom asked, pulling me into his gaze. What? Everything happened so fast, like a dream. I found myself unsteadily walking out of the marriage office, holding Tom's hand, with a marriage certificate in my other hand. "Sort your things out first, and I'll come get you in the afternoon," Tom suggested. "Get me?" I asked in confusion. Tom grinned. "You get a certificate and you still plan to stay apart?" I was at a total loss. Though we knew each other, the thought of living together as husband and wife left me embarrassed. Sensing my discomfort, Tom considerately suggested maybe we should wait. "You can take more time to adjust. Since we decided to get married, it didn't make sense to live separately." "No need, I'll pack up and come over. I remember your address." Despite declining Tom's offer, he was still the first to arrive at my place. After finishing his work, with him I didn't even have to carry the lightest bags. He took care of everything. To help me adjust more, Tom set me up in his guest room. It gave me a sigh of relief. Unlike the cold and hard decor outside, the guest room was warm and inviting. Clearly, Tom really tried to make me feel at home in his life. Meanwhile, I'd agreed to get the certificate. But my hesitation was frankly annoying. My thoughts were interrupted by a delicious smell wafting through. As I opened the door to head out, I almost bumped into Tom coming my way. Reacting too fast, I stumbled backward. But Tom quickly got a firm grip and pulled me back. I fell into his arms, not even standing up before hearing his teasing voice. Looks like we need to get some carpets in here. I don't fall that often. What do I need carpets for? I rolled my eyes at him, but then found myself lost in his sparkling eyes again. He gently brushed my hair, bringing my scattered mind back to reality. Let's eat. You made all these. I marveled at the deliciously looking dishes. Already drooling a bit. He laughed, packed from the 5-star hotel next door. Skillfully handling the rice. He handed the bowl to me. And I was surprised by the smooth gesture. Why did it suddenly feel like we'd been an old married couple for ages? These simple dishes instantly tantalized my taste buds. I never expected someone as cool as Tom to be an amazing cook. Seeing him fill my bowl with more food, I couldn't help but ask, how do you know I like this? Last time we ate, you took the most servings of this dish. He responded, how's it taste? My lips curled up and I playfully teased. Even better than the restaurants. Not bad for a 5-star chef's level. Even after being exposed, he wasn't embarrassed. Just added more to my bowl. Then eat more. So this is what it feels like to be thought of. Vincent and I have known each other for 10 years. And for my birthday this year, he planned a surprise for me. He booked a Japanese restaurant in advance, planning a unique all-fish feast. But he might have forgotten I never eat fish, let alone raw sashimi. Someone who cares will remember your preferences. Lillian, looking radiant these days. Got something exciting happening. My best friend looked at me, full of smiles and curiosity in her eyes. I awkwardly reached up to touch my cheek. Gained 3 pounds. Is that something to celebrate? After living with Tom for a week, I noticed I'd put on 3 pounds. You can't blame me though. It's all Tom's cooking. Every meal makes me want to have just one more bite. My best friend laughed and said, gaining a little weight is good. You were way too skinny. I was kind of underweight before. But who knows about the future? How come you have time to meet up today? I asked. I'm here on behalf of someone. My friend pulled out her phone, opened up a chat, and showed me her conversation with Vincent. Tomorrow's Vincent's birthday. And he wants to invite you. I realized I hadn't been in touch with Vincent for a while. Like he hadn't even crossed my mind. Turns out forgetting someone isn't as hard as it seems. Seeing I stayed quiet, my friend added, I was worried you'd still be affected by Vincent. But now I'm relieved. Vincent and Selena broke up again. Seeing her sigh, I couldn't help but laugh. That's the 8th time, right? What's so surprising? Vincent claims he's really done this time. I shot back, he says that every time, doesn't he? She encouraged me to go to Vincent's birthday, saying he genuinely wants to apologize this time. I hesitated for a moment but agreed. I've known Vincent for so long, I understand his temper. No point dwelling on it too much as friends. If he's truly sorry, I can be generous. I just clocked out when Tom's text came in. It was a menu filled with all my favorite dishes. I was about to reply, but then remembered my promise to my friend. So I had to decline reluctantly. Sorry, I promised to hang out with friends tonight. Simple enough. Tom didn't have much to say other than okay. Just like him, doesn't pry. Makes being around him easy and relaxed. This whirlwind marriage caught me off guard, but turned out surprisingly well. I left work on time and headed to the address Vincent sent me. After agreeing to go to his party yesterday, he had re-added me on the chat. As soon as I walked into the private room, I was taken aback by the over-the-top decoration. Totally Vincent, still flashy as ever. Quite a few people were already there, so I was probably late. But they were all old friends, so it didn't really matter. Got stuck in traffic, took a bit longer, I said. Vincent got up and walked towards me. No worries, I told you the time. Half an hour late on purpose, he said. I was puzzled by what Vincent was up to when he got in front of me and handed me a bouquet. He had been hiding. Lillian, after all these years, I've realized you're the one for me. Let's be together. How interesting. He's broken up with Selena 8 times and now tells me I'm the one. Facing Vincent's confession. A scene I'd imagined countless times in dreams. I felt nothing. Not even a twinge of emotion. I smiled and said I'm married. Vincent froze for a moment, then burst out laughing. Lillian, what kind of excuse is that? If you're trying to play hard to change your angle. I'm serious this time. I promise I'll treat you right from now on. His attitude felt almost condescending, laughably so. I raised my left hand, showing the ring Tom had recently slipped on my finger. A simple design. No flashy diamonds, but it just felt right. Vincent frowned at the ring on my finger. Lillian, you're not serious. You've been single for years. After just a few days you're married. Who'd believe it? His words prompted a chorus of disbelief from the group behind him. No one believed I was married. Who said you can't have a quickie wedding after being single for a while? I replied. Vincent scoffed. Then bring your new spouse here. Show us whether it's true or not. No need, you know my husband. Not only does he know. Tom's basically Vincent's archenemy. Vincent looked at me doubtfully. Don't tell me it's Tom. I nodded slightly, confirming it. Vincent panicked, with a flicker of confusion in his eyes. Lillian, are you crazy? Out of all people you went for Tom. I didn't appreciate his words one bit. Why would he badmouth my choice in front of me? Anyone's probably better than you, right? Besides, what does Tom lack compared to you? Vincent, exasperated angrily, threw the bouquet to the floor, yelling at me. Defending him already. Lillian, you're something else. His birthday party ended on a sour note for me. I didn't even sit down before sneaking out early and heading home. As I reached for my keys, I suddenly realized I didn't even bring them. Habits are a dangerous thing. With Tom driving me to and from work lately, there was no chance to use my keys. And eventually they got left behind. I knocked on the door and within seconds it swung open. Tom's handsome, composed face appeared. Effortlessly he removed the bag from my shoulder. The party ended early. He asked. Nothing much to talk about. Came home early. As soon as I entered I was hit by the familiar aroma. The warm yellow light above seemed to dispel all darkness, instantly warming me up. Looking at the food on the table, I couldn't help but ask. Did you really make all this for yourself? I thought you might want a midnight snack after the party. So I made extra. That hit me right in the feels, a warmth I never knew. You're awesome. I didn't eat enough at the party, so I'm digging in now. My phone on the table kept buzzing wildly with messages from friends. The texts were all about prying into my marriage news. Staring at the delicious spread on the table, I suddenly looked up at Tom. Where's our marriage certificate? He scanned me with suspicion. You're not having second thoughts, are you? I raised an eyebrow, grinning provocatively. Why can't I? He got up, heading towards the master bedroom. As he walked he mumbled, you can forget about it. I'm gonna burn it right now. Following behind I quickly snatched the red book. Once he took it out, snapped a pic and handed it back graciously. Go ahead, burn it. With the photo now in my possession I send a message. A simple caption, the rest of my life is you. Happiness is simple. All I've ever wanted is simplicity. You may not be as warm as the sun, but you warm my heart. Selena wanted to meet up with me, which was a bit of a surprise. You really married Tom? Faking documents is illegal. I'm not up for dealing with the law. Finishing my words, I could tell Selena's breathing quickened. She bit her lip and asked, what did you do to get Tom to agree so quickly? I laughed. Sorry, he proposed to me. You should ask him how he convinced me. Looking at Selena's frustrated face, I felt a sudden sense of relief. It wasn't envy, jealousy, or triumph. Just a weight off my mind. Selena wasn't giving up though and kept asking. Lillian, I've already let Vincent go. Why are you still clinging to Tom? Isn't being with Vincent what you wanted? I didn't agree with her perspective. In your eyes is Vincent just an item? Yours to give. Just because you let go doesn't mean I must take it. Selena hurriedly interrupted, but Tom and I. Vincent isn't a commodity. Neither is Tom. I don't need to know about your past. Now he's my husband, so please respect that. No need to talk further when we're not on the same page. Even now I don't like Selena. If today's meeting is about this, then there really isn't much to say. This coffee is on me. With that I got up to pay and leave. As I reached for my wallet, a keychain slipped out of my bag. Before I could bend down, Selena quickly picked it up. With a curious expression she examined it in her palm. Is this yours? Of course. I snatched the keychain from her hand. She suddenly laughed a bit sadly, muttering to herself. So it's always been you. Since that day. Vincent tried reaching out a few times, but I turned him down. Eventually he stopped contacting me. His pride wouldn't allow him to bow down again. I always knew Vincent loved himself the most. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Suddenly I took it out and answered. All done meeting your friend. Need me to pick you up? Tom had planned a dinner for us tonight. If Selena hadn't called, I'd already be on my way. No need, I'm coming now. All right, take it slow. I hailed a cab and got to Tom's spot as quickly as I could. Images of him unexpectedly popped into my mind, making me eager to see him. Are you Ms. Lillian? I nodded at the server who approached. Good evening, Miss Lillian. Mr. Tom's reserved room is just ahead. Please follow me. The room setup surprised me. I couldn't help asking the server next to me. Is all the decor in your restaurant this extravagant? The server smiled a mess. Lillian, you'll know soon enough. Seeing those familiar faces made me gasp. My friends and closest family were all there. Each one brought me flowers, looking at me with happy smiles. Lillian, congratulations. I walked forward a bit dazed, forgetting to control my expression. Guided by the flowers, I found myself in front of Tom. I looked at him in disbelief. Mr. Tom, what's going on? Holding pink tulips, his eyes sparkled like stars. Since Mrs. Lillian already announced us to the world, if I don't step up, I'll fall way behind. Before I knew it, he was on one knee looking at me with sincere eyes. Mrs. Lillian, thank you for marrying me. Tears filled my eyes. Tom kept surprising me in the best ways. I slowly took the flowers from him and he stood up, embracing me. We hugged in front of our friends, joined together under witness of our closest family. It was an intimate gathering of friends and family, less complicated than a traditional wedding, but filled with warmth and romance. Just like I imagined. My best friend hooked my arm, eyes full of genuine blessings. Lillian, I truly envy you. Seeing the way Tom holds you, I know you'll be happy forever. He can't fake the look in his eyes. I nodded, my smile uncontainable. I will be. As we talked, Tom's college buddies joined us. Come on, sister-in-law, let's toast to you. I graciously returned a toast. Tom's dorm leader from college jokingly remarked. Old Tom the show-off finally got what he wanted. Sister-in-law. Though Tom has always been a bit of a show-off, he truly cares for you. After all these years of never giving up, I believe old Tom will make you happy. His words left me a bit puzzled. After all these years. They laughed as I looked confused. Looks like Tom's silent moves were really effective. All these years. A secret crush and you had no idea. How did he ever win you over? I was shocked Tom secretly liked me. Living life to the fullest. Tom had his fun tonight, drinking quite a bit. The man, usually composed and steady, now swayed in his steps. Watching Tom in a daze sitting on the bed, my playful side got the best of me. Come on, fess up, how many ex-girlfriends have you had? Was there anyone you had a crush on in college? He narrowed his eyes at me, raised one finger. Just one. Selena. Selena and Tom went to college together. And over the years, she's always been hanging around Tom. Even though I don't know Tom well, I've heard plenty about him, but nothing about any other relationships. Could it really have been only Selena? Tom shook his head, not her. Just you, Lillian. I patted his shoulder and teased him. I wouldn't care about stuff before marriage. No need to lie. Everyone knows about you and Selena. Suddenly his expression turned super serious. I'm not lying, just Lillian, no one else. I was stunned, kind of in disbelief. It was like he was afraid I wouldn't believe him. A slightly drunk Tom shuffled over to the bedside and pulled something out of the drawer, handing it to me. Here, this is for you. Seeing him all muddled and confused, a side of him not usually visible. He looked so endearing I wanted to pinch his cheeks. I reached out and he placed it in my palm. It was a tiny keychain. A match for the one I've kept in my bag all these years. They even had matching serial numbers. It was a pair from my favorite anime back in college. But I lost one half back then. I've changed my keys a million times, but never the keychain. I didn't expect the missing half to be with Tom. No wonder Selena made that weird comment when she saw my keychain the other day. It was always me. I grabbed Tom, demanding details. When I pushed him, he just hugged me and flopped over. Lillian, tired, can we sleep? Fine, no rush, we've got a long future ahead. In your world hides my story and I've got all the time to understand it bit by bit. Extras. The first time I saw her was sophomore year, during a basketball game with the neighboring college. She sat quietly on the sidelines, clutching a bottle of water, her eyes intently following the excitement on the court. At that moment her eyes were so bright. Nothing else mattered. I envied the guy she was watching. Her fiery gaze was reserved for him. Surprisingly, I got to see her again later. There was this girl in my class named Selena who kept finding reasons to visit me, though I wasn't into her. Until one day I found out she was friends with Selena. I stopped avoiding Selena's approaches. Selena was chatty and lively, and I got to know a lot about her through Selena, including the fact that the guy she admired was Vincent, the boy who filled her gaze. I just found her fascinating. Loved the determination in her eyes and that stubborn vibe she had. Over time I got used to watching her from afar, when she couldn't see me, observing her every move. I knew she liked Vincent, pursued him for years, but I never disrupted her life. Just watched her from a distance. When the company decided to send a colleague on a business trip, my co-worker grumbled. The project manager from the other side is in the hospital, and now they've sent a designer along. Gonna be a long trip. Once I learned who the designer was, I altered my schedule, worked overtime for 3 days, and took the assignment from him. He was grateful for my help. Had no idea I was more than happy to do it. After work ended I took her to meet Grandma. Grandma liked her a lot and I was thrilled. I knew my choice wasn't wrong. She said as long as it made Grandma happy, she didn't mind. Pretending to be her granddaughter-in-law. Calming my excitement I confessed my inner secrets. Why don't we get married? I didn't expect her to agree. That night I tossed and turned. Couldn't sleep a wink but not a hint of fatigue. The next day just pure joy. Years of dreams finally coming true. Even after we got our marriage certificate, I was still nervous. I moved cautiously, not daring to ask too much. I redecorated the guest room and rushed home early every day to make dinner for her. Watching her enjoy the food made me happy. Every dish was tailored to her taste. I finally had the chance to let her try it. I also knew about the day she confessed to Vincent. On his birthday. When she suddenly asked for the marriage certificate that day. It felt like my world was crumbling down. I struggled to keep my composure, not showing a trace of my inner storm. Fearful of scaring her I retreated to my room. She followed me inside, took the certificate from my hands. When I saw her message later, my anxious heart finally settled. I boldly planned a banquet, inviting our closest friends and family. Embraced their blessings with an open heart, wanting the world to know. Lillian, I adore you. Thank you for marrying me. In that moment, my long-held dreams lived, and I embraced her warmly to sleep.